everyone, I'm here today with Jan Skov, one of our highly experienced and valued members at Simon Turmanis and Associates, clinical psychologists. Welcome, Jan.
Thank you, Harley. Great to be here.
Jan, you've been with us for a while now and you're obviously a very highly valued member of our team. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're passionate about and what you really care about?
Thanks for asking that question, Hayley. Well, I've been a psychologist for over 20 years now. And I think back in the sort of mid-90s, I was in my 30s and I was still wondering about what to do with my life, and had a few different ideas, tried a few different jobs, but I'd also gone through what I would call some pretty challenging personal situations in terms of relationship, in terms of trying to work out what I want to do for work for the rest of my life. And I thought, well, that's interesting, because in talking to other people, both friends and other people I met through work and so forth, realised a lot of people were actually having similar problems. So I figured that was something that I was very interested in, and it was also something I thought would be useful to do in terms of working with other people. So hence I decided to go back and study psychology.
Wow, that's a really cool story. And I know you've got an amazing background, in your life. So you bring a lot of different experiences to your work. So
that's true. I think certainly having life experience is very important. Having an understanding that life isn't always smooth sailing is really important. But also, being able to think about that and really also getting access to some tools and some information that can assist in helping people deal with those challenges. So what I did was I decided to study psychology, and I studied at Macquarie University, and then at the same time as working, also starting working with people that are going through difficult times. I was working with people who are long-term unemployed, people as street people, and people who are trying to get back into the workforce after many years. And it was extremely satisfying. It was so good to really see people coming to our practice at that time, very confused, very upset, very worried. And then through working with them, seeing many of them returning back to the workforce, back to where they consider themselves to be contributing and feeling valuable.
You have many years of psychology experience to draw on, and it sounds like you find psychology to be really satisfying work. I'd be really curious to know if you would tell us a little bit about what drew you to Simon Turmanis and Associates, clinical psychologists.
So I came back to live on the Northern Beaches about 18 months ago. My wife grew up over here. I'd worked now for over 2 decades in and around the CBD and Sydney and in the West, both as a clinical psychologist and also as an organisational psychologist.
Yeah.
But in coming to the Northern Beaches, I thought it'd be interesting to look at the various practices that were here. So I ended up putting in a call to this practice, so Simon Turmanis and Associates. Ended up talking to Simon, and we had a conversation which was a little bit unusual, I think, in that it wasn't so much about how do you do your work and in terms of the tools, if you like, or the approach. It was more like, I said, how do you guys work together? So it's very important to me to feel that when I came to work with Simon and other psychologists, that we worked together and that we took a real interest in each other. Because I think when clients come to a practice, if they feel there's a certain energy of acceptance, a certain energy around of people working together, of people that have real care about each other, that sets up a certain dynamic. And I think that when people come to a practice and they feel that, I think it makes it more comfortable for them. It makes it more, I don't know, they start to feel valued in a different way. If the practice operates in that way and the people operate in that way, I think that translates into our clients feeling that we really care about them in that way.
Yeah.
So I think, in short, we do care about each other here. The psychologists care about each other, and that reflects something about our values and our culture. I think that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm hearing is that the culture of the practice here and the team of psychologists that we all work with was a really big draw card for you in wanting to work here and to be part of a team that is really collaborative and supportive of each other, and you feel that really feeds off into how the clients feel about us here as well and how their experience is at our practice.
Very much so.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear. So I suppose, Jan, that probably leads us into the next question, which is around your clients. And I'd be really curious to know, and if you wouldn't mind sharing with us a little bit about what kind of clients you really like to work with and how do you help them?
Look, I work with clients from 18 years of age up to whatever. So for me, if a client comes here, then it's not necessarily about age or background as such. It's about me taking a very individualistic approach to understanding what's going on for them, and then really looking at my toolkit and agreeing with the client, what's going to work here for you. So having the client have a real part in the decision making around how we're going to work this.
Yeah.
So people I've worked with have had issues around their careers, about bullying in the workplace, about relationships with their co-workers, in relation to career, future, where am I going to from here. I've had clients that are concerned about their own relationships, so marriage, their children, and so it's just about anything that we go through as human beings.
Yeah.
So I deal with anxiety, I deal with depression, stress, etc.
Yeah.
And I think I've certainly actually been through stress, a lot of stress in my own life. I've been through some versions of depression, and I've certainly been anxious. So I don't think we go through life unscathed, if you like, or unmarked. So that I've been there sometimes can help in terms of being able to understand where my clients are.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think, it's something that a lot of people can relate to, going through various, challenges in their life. And I'm hearing that you can bring your own experiences
Absolutely.
to the table in terms of being able to be supportive and empathetic with your clients. And,
Totally.
I suppose I'm also really hearing that you take a really individualistic approach to your clients. So you treat everybody differently as an individual. You really get to know them and what's going to work for them, and together you work on a plan for how to move forward and support their mental health. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Jan. Well, thank you so much, Jan, for sharing a little bit about yourself with us. It's great for everybody, watching, to be able to get to know you a little bit better. And I suppose everyone should stay tuned, because we've got some more videos coming from you soon, where I think we're going to talk a little bit about ACT therapy.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to talking to you about that, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of that with the people that are going to be looking at these videos.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
So for anyone who is watching and would like to potentially get to know Jan a little bit more, possibly work with him, feel free to give us a call down at reception, speak with our friendly receptionist Nicole, and she would be happy to share a little bit more information about Jan and help you book some sessions in with him.
Great. Thank you.